In today's video, we are going to be breaking down Travis Etienne and how he is able to run his routes. He is going to be one of the top draft picks this year in the NFL draft, so let's get down and let's check out how he runs his routes so that we can all become better running backs ourselves. So in this first clip, what we do see is an absolutely fantastic run. He actually uses some small fakes along with this run to get himself some extra yardage, so let's go back and let's break down what this run actually looks like. Okay, so in this first run, what we do see is, first up, he is scanning the field. Looking at the defense, this is extremely important. Every single running back needs to do this. From there, once he does receive that ball, what's he do? Well, just before he does receive it, he does a quick jab out towards this right side. What does this actually do for him? Well, it actually does two things. Number one, it gives him a negative step to give him more power to run towards that left side, but also it's a small fake that if there was any players who were matching up against him, they would be inclined to take 1 to 2 steps towards that right side and could free him up just a bit later on downfield. From there, after that negative step, he runs back towards the left side, and then he actually starts running in this direction. At that point, he does another negative step, which is almost like a fake, like if he was about to run towards that defender. From there, he's able to push off and continue out towards that left side. I always like to really focus on the footwork when it comes to running routes, and if this player is going to be a good player at the NFL level. Next, he continues to run, but there is a slight gap. What does he do? Does he cut up or does he continue out towards that left side? Well, he actually does a quick stutter step and he angles his body slightly towards that gap. This actually gets this defender to take a small step towards that right side, and it actually does slow down this defender chasing. After that, he pushes off and continues to run out towards that left side. Now, I really want you to check this out. When he gets hit, he takes a very long step away from that tackling defender. The reason why that's a good idea is because now he can actually escape that tackle by taking that big step, because what's going to happen if he took a small step there, this defender would have wrapped up both legs, but instead he was only able to wrap up one, which then allows him to break free from that tackle and he's able to run a lot more downfield. Now, I actually really like what the quarterback does here, but we are breaking down a running back, not the quarterback. But really quickly, what we do see here is the quarterback acts like he still has the ball and does a fake throw. It's fantastic. That actually does set up Travis Etienne for a little bit extra yardage because the defense was sort of frozen, and he of course gets a touchdown. But what does he do here? After he receives that ball, he runs straight up the middle. Now, this is some great blocking right here. That opened up a huge lane. But from here, what happens is that defender again tries to tackle Travis Etienne, and he takes that really long step. Where those green dots are is his feet. Again, that's so that he can break free from that tackle and gets some extra yards. At this point in time, he continues to run downfield, and of course, at the end here, he's taking some larger steps just in case that last defender was to go and tackle him, but no matter what, he was going to get that touchdown anyways. Now, just taking a close-up look, this is actually what I was talking about earlier, taking those big, long steps to get away from that defender so that he can only wrap up one leg, which allows you to get extra yardage as he does here. Now, this is actually fantastic blocking, but here we see our running back, Travis Etienne. He receives that football, and he does run towards this direction. Now, this is wonderful blocking because we have blockers who are pushing their guys towards that left side. Same here. And then we have another blocker who has gotten through, who is going to be blocking on this side. And because of that, Travis Etienne is able to do his negative step, push off, and then he's able to get quite a bit more yards. Now, what we do see here is he takes a large step, but what do we actually see here? That player tries to wrap that right arm around that right leg of Travis Etienne, but he's able to kick that leg out towards that right side. That then frees up both legs again, and he actually gets a lot of yardage, so much so that he gets a touchdown. Now, this last clip that we are breaking down, it's a nice handoff over to Travis Etienne. He's able to cut through that gap that was there, but he has another defender on this side. What happens? Well, he puts his shoulder down. You always want to try and put your shoulder down if you're in this situation. For one, it's going to protect your head if you can get your head down as well, but also if you can tense your core and try to spin off towards, in this case, the left side. If you duck right, you want to spin left, and then when you do that, you're able to spin off that defender and you're able to get yourself a little bit more yardage. Now, if you're looking to run faster and be able to break tackles better, make sure to go check out the vertical jump training book down in the description below. It's helped out a lot of basketball players as well as football players, and I hope that this breakdown has helped you become a better running back. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.